back to feed the city. So if you watched closely on the flyover, you will have seen we've had a decorations pass around the farm. What does that mean? Well, one of the things that we've added is oak leaves as hedges. I think they look great. They really kind of bring out any build that you have. They're great for bordering and adding a bit of like decoration to the natural areas in your build. So what else? Well, we also built the pig cart last time, and I'm pretty excited to get that going. So this episode we're going to try and scrounge up enough iron to get us enough rails that we can go and complete the track between the farm and the city. Because when that's in place, that means we can start looking into Steve's carts and the cargo manager that's going to go on either side so that we can drop off and pick up all of the food. So let's jump in. Man, so yeah, last night was a rough one on the farm. I had a late night. It was a stormy breeze came down and I couldn't get much sleep, but we're here now. So we have this little kind of temporary farm that we put in place next to our house because it's where we grew our immediate crops. And it feels like we've outgrown that. So that's something I'm going to get rid of at some point. And also the mine. I want to trim this up and make it look a bit more complete. At the moment, it's just really a hole in the ground. I want to decorate this and have it be just my go-to place for getting underground and digging up resources. So what else has changed around the farm? Well, let's have a look. First up, we're going to go to the back of the farm, where all the crops are. I captured some more cows, as you can see, and we've got cows in our pen again, and they've had babies, so that should all go through the mincer. We definitely do still need a way to get wheat, so that we can keep those cows fed, and also the sheep, because at the moment they're not being fed, and we're not getting any leather, any wool, any mutton, or any steak, any raw beef. But as you can see by that walnut going past us in the background, the trees are definitely up to speed and working pretty well. Now, if I remember rightly, we were trying to make chimichangas. Here we go, old chimmy. And we wanted cooking oil, and we decided that we were going to use walnuts to make the cooking oil. However, there are other options for us there to make cooking oil. Ones that involve crops instead of trees, and that might be a quicker choice. So tea leaf, I'm fairly sure that tea grows on the ground. It's just like you can find it in a shaded garden, but it will produce plants, I'm fairly sure. Can you get, let's see if there's a tea seed. There we go, a tea seed. So we can put this in a new crop plot, and that'll get us a lot more oil for our buck. Because at the moment, the walnuts and the limes, they're very, very slow. I looked at the barn earlier, and I've only got like 40 of each, and it's enough. I mean, that's enough to feed a lot of people, a lot of chimichangas. But I literally took the same design from over here and put it down right here. We've got empty signs because there's no crops in these fields yet. We need to work out what we're going to put in these. So corn is one of the big ones, and I think tea as well, because if we get tea leaves, we can not only make sesame oil, we can also perhaps make a cup of tea. And that sounds pretty exciting. That's a good prospect to go forwards with. We've also got a lot more space up here to improve and expand on different types of trees. So we need to work out what trees we want. So Duncan and Lewis have both given me requests for some kinds of food. I think Duncan wanted the super meat pizza, and I wrote down what Lewis wanted. I think it was a chicken curry. But without any chickens, that's going to be a tricky one. Anyway, moving on. Now, behind the llamas, we have the train station, as you can see. I love seeing that clock up there. It's just such a good look, man. I can take a screenshot right here, upload that. What's the button? How do I hide the UI? There we go. Just get this cow out of the way. He's stinking up the view. That's it. There we go. Now, there is a screenshot right there. Boom. Just a clock tower in the background peeking out over those treetops. That is beautiful. Nothing more beautiful than seeing a tower emerge in the middle of a forest. So we've got a bridge here, and it's just wisdom. Oh, careful of the bees. We've got a bridge here that's literally just wisdom wood, concrete on top, and underneath, nothing. Just struts to keep it up. So we might decorate this a bit with some fence posts, and add a way to keep the bridge lit at night with some torches or maybe some fancy lanterns. I'll need to do a path as well, build a path from the bridge that comes all the way up here to the train station. And nothing much has changed over here. It's still the same old, same old. However, the tunnel itself, we have replaced all of the stone and stuff on the sides with stone brick, so it looks a bit more official. All right, sweet. Well, let's go and see if we can cobble together as much iron as possible. Now, it's good that I've come to the tunnel because what we want to do is get all of the iron that we can find from everywhere. I'm going on a big iron scrounge. I'm fairly sure there's going to be some over here in the city. Now, I didn't just stop at the old farm with the hedges. I've also put some down along here. And we've decorated the whole place a bit as well. Put down some wooden posts. So iron is pretty scarce. It's hard to find that sweet, sweet iron block. We've got loads of osmium. Loads of pretty much everything else. But if I can scrounge just enough iron to get enough train tracks, I'll be happy. Well, let's go and see if Lewis's storage scanner can find any iron in the storehouse. The storage scanner is a pretty cool block. It basically lets you scan every single inventory nearby and pull straight out of it. It needs power, but it's an idea. If I build a warehouse, I don't need to worry about having special chests for special things because the storage scanner is basically like a budget computer. And look at this. We can literally type in here iron and see what's around. Man, there's 16 ingots and 2 iron ore. Wow, but somebody's made iron into 150 iron bars. That must be Lewis for all his wacky buildings. All right, well, I guess we're not going to get enough iron today. We need to find a way to get enough iron. So that's going to be a problem for the future. So let's take a look at what we need to complete the chimichanga. We wanted tea leaves as a more sustainable way of getting sesame oil. That's easy done. We can either use an emerald to buy the seed, or we might have already found it if we look through our chests. We also need cheese, which we get enough of, really, to make a couple of chimichangas. We don't really have a good way of getting a lot of milk. 1 cow in a jar, it's not enough. Even 2 or 3 is probably still not enough. The rice we have loads of. Heavy cream also is a drain on milk, which again reinforces the fact that we need a lot more milk. But it's the taco. The taco is the one. We can use steak or we can use tofik if you're a vegetarian. But the tortilla, that's the big one. Cornmeal from corn. And again, corn, I think, has a seed as well. And there it is, a corn seed. So let's see what we've got in our chests. So we've got peas. Peas are a cool plant. Blueberry, grape, curry leaf. Curry leaf we'll need because Lewis wants chicken curry. Corn, yes! Oh, and 2 of them as well. What a steal. Damn it, so we're out of luck as far as those seeds go. No tea seeds in here. But we do have other seeds lying around. So we want corn and we want tea. You can make seeds from corn and tea pretty simply if you have the actual leaves. So all you need is 1 seed to get going, and then you can just go crazy and mass produce as soon as the crops start coming in. However, we do have a small problem. I checked on this earlier because I was wondering to myself, we've got 2 windmills and 2 water wheels. That's like a not much power generation. So are we doing okay for power? Because we have a lot of machines on the farm. And if you look at these capacitors, they're all pretty empty. These things are getting drained pretty hardcore. I'm not quite sure what's doing it. Probably the farming machines because they're always on 24/7. And while we haven't noticed anything stopping, per se, it's definitely a bottleneck. Things will go a lot quicker if we can get more power on the farm. Right, so what's the system for how we've labelled these? Chili peppers are on the left. In the middle is tomatoes at the back. And then at the back here will be spice leaf. And then closer is the red beans. Okay, works for me. So we're going to put corn right here. And we'll just put some here to start with and leave that going. If we leave it for a while, we should get what we want. Put the curry leaf here. And now let's go and find an emerald and see if we can make a tea seed. Man, what's more English than a cup of tea? There it is, the emerald. Sweet. So this little piggy went to market, and market is apparently in my kitchen. It's like an e-market. It's like Amazon. I'm going to go to Amazon and we're going to buy a tea leaf. Tea! There we go. 1 emerald, 1 tea seed. Thank you very much. Oh, look, we've already got corn growing, but if we check the machine as well, yeah, we're in trouble because it doesn't get very much power at all. So we're going to have corn here, spicy curry leaf here, we'll put the tea here, and this should all be great. But you know what, we can fill up this field super quick by using a little trick. And I'm going to go and grab some bone meal to show you what that trick is. Guess what? The trick's bone meal. Wow, shock surprise. Bone meal makes crops grow quick. But these are the kinds of things that when you automate everything, you can forget that you can micromanage on the smaller level. 12 bone meal. Man, I need to find my backpack. It's somewhere. Where did I leave my backpack? You guys seen it anywhere? Okay, so these are grown, I think. Fully grown. No tool. So I can right click on them, right? There we go. Perfect. So 5 of these. And that gets you 5 more seeds. And simply just fill these down. Rinse, repeat. Now we've got lots of corn, so that's not really a worry for us. But curry leaf we could use more of. We're having curry tonight, boys. And now the tea. Oh, I think some got picked up by the interactor. And again, that's not that much tea, but this is going to be a much easier way for us to get sesame oil. Much easier. Don't get me wrong, I love the tree life. I love these tree harvesters, but they just don't seem to cut the mustard. We need to find a way to grow trees quicker. So do let me know via tweet if you've got any hot tips on that. And if you already have, send me a tweet, and I've missed it. Sorry about that, but maybe send it again, or I'll catch up somehow. Right, well, let's just right-click these. Oh, there's a free ender pearl right there. Ender lilies take a long time to grow. So long that we've only got 1 so far from planting these 2 a while back. But it's probably worth it. If we can get more of these seeds, then we can get like a serious ender pearl farm going. And, well, no, serious ender pearl farm. If they produce a pearl every 12 hours, that's never going to be any kind of good for us. So let's finish up by making a cargo manager and showing you guys how that works and how that interacts with trains. Now you can check the old Feed the World 2 episodes, or maybe even Feed the World 3. I can't remember what iteration we went to, but I messed around with cargo managers a little bit in that, and they're pretty cool. Oh no. So the bottleneck for us, which was iron, is also a trouble for the cargo manager. So you need iron ingots, a block of iron as well, that'll come in handy. And where did I put? I must have had some. There we go. Here's some chest panels. Perfect. So you need lots and lots of. What's a large dynamic pane, actually? Oh, that's okay. Just redstone, which we also have over here somewhere. There we go. So we can make a whole bunch of these. 48, in fact. Should be fine. And we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, I think. No, we're going to need a lot more of them. Okay. So we'll start with the huge iron panes first and then work backwards. We need 4 of these. Oh, we made way too many large iron panes. Whoops. Let's be cautious on how many materials we use here. So for the huge iron pane, 1, 2, 3. So we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 4 more iron panes. So 1 stack of 8, be fine. So that's the 4 huge iron panes. Now we need the large iron panes, which we've probably made enough of. And the large dynamic pane, which needs dynamic panes, which are iron panes, and redstone. Oh, lots of complex crafting today. And I do believe that's everything. 1 cargo manager. So let's take the cargo manager over to the railway. Man, you know what? This train station needs a name. In fact, all of these train stations are going to need names. If we want to like set up a system where we tell trains to go to different stations, we need these guys to have a specific. Oh, there's cows everywhere. Go on, get off. Shoo, 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 cow. Nice. So the way these things work is you put one down, and I'll show you that this will interact with blocks that are on either side, like this. So the green side will deal with track coming this way, and the red side will deal with track coming this way. But these tracks need to have detector rails as well, advanced detector rails, which should be in here somewhere. There it is, advanced detector rail, which is not too hard to make, and you get 2. Perfect. Either side. So if we right click, this is what's going on. Oh man, what is going on? So I think at the moment, this cargo manager is saying transfer as much as possible to the blue side. You can also change these, turn back after transfer, continue along after transfer. So you can have a train come along, load up, turn directions, and go back the way it came. You can also have two interactions with the red side. So you can say, unload everything please from the red, and then load everything. And these are two inventories. So it will say, take all the stuff from the red and put it in here. Now put everything in here into the red, right? Maybe? So, oh no, here we go. So from red side into the cargo manager, and that'll be here. And then from the cargo manager, the stuff here, into the red side. So you can load up the red side and unload from the red side, and you can load up the green side and unload from the green side. That's pretty cool. That's a cool idea. So it means you can use one train to send stuff both ways. I like that. That's fairly simple. But that's how it works. We can't put it into motion yet because we don't have the iron rails, but I'm pretty excited for that. I'm not sure what we're going to do next episode. It might be a build episode, so stay tuned. I want to do a meat factory that deals with all the animals that we want meat from. We're going to have a big meat factory. That sounds like a great idea. And I want to use a immersive engineering crusher and conveyor belts to seal the deal on that one. I also want to make a milk bottling plant. That's going to be amazing. There's a bottler in immersive engineering that looks really cool. I can't wait to set that up with some cows. We could also use Steve's carts because that has a milking add-on. But again, Steve's carts, they're fun, but I'm not sure how practical they really are. And there's also the crops to deal with on the farm so we can get some real chimichangas into people's bellies. I've been Sjin. Thank you for watching, and join us next time for some more Feed the City. Until then, take care.